How did I find out that I had autism? I think I might have been diagnosed as I would have probably known about it when I was at primary school. Well, I can't remember any difficulties that I had when I was at school because it was so many years ago. I'm really good at maths. Well, they were things like English and history mainly that I was very weak at. When it came to the exams, I was only entitled to do the foundation tier. But history I dropped as of GCSE onwards. Well, some people think that having an autism spectrum thing makes me look different, but in a negative way, because although it does make me better at solving equations, it's possible that I look odd in both a negative and a positive way. Having Asperger's also makes me clever at things and makes me find it easier to solve maths problems. Right, the thing I'm most proud of is my 2-1 degree for computer science and maths, which I studied at Royal Holloway, University of London, for the last 4 years. Well, to get a scholarship to Royal Holloway, I actually had to do a series of mini programs to solve different questions. And I remember one of the questions I got in the scholarship challenge was the maximum number of knights you can put on a chessboard such that one knight can attack exactly one and only one other knight. And the answer to that is 16. And then another question is that there are so many people getting on a plane, and the first person that gets on sits down in a random seat, and then after that the next people to get on the plane looks at their ticket to see what seat they're reserved, and if that seat is available they sit in it, otherwise they sit in another random one that hasn't been taken, and then you are the last person to get on the plane. What's the probability that you have your reserved seat? And I think the probability is a 50-50 chance, because I did 1 million trials on running the programme and got usually about 500,000. I was the only person to get all the answers right, such that I was the only one to win the scholarship. And then I got that successfully renewed after doing well in my first year, but unfortunately after my second year it didn't get renewed because my results completely dropped through the floor for my second year, partly because the second year the flatmates who I had weren't really that sociable. I'd say going to university did help me socialise with other people as opposed to just socialising with my family. Well, at first it was the meeting new people and improving my social skills, but after that the challenges really were keeping on top of any work I got set there. Some ways I am good at being organised, but in other parameters sometimes my organisation can be a bit lacking, such that I'm not always fully organised. Mum came the weekend to help me with my studying. She might have taken me out to the library to get an appropriate book. She might have looked up the stuff online that I needed to do. Well, yes, my mum did also help me allocate a time limit for each piece of work. Mum also gave me a prompt by knocking the table every few minutes if she thought I wasn't doing the work and going into a bit of a daydream. I don't really know how differently I would have behaved had I not had autism. I know I wouldn't have had OCD, which is obsessive compulsive disorder. I might not have been quite as good at maths, and then in that case it might have been a different subject that I would have done at university. So really I'm sort of glad in some ways that I do have OCD and Asperger's syndrome.